Hello and welcome to the Jenna Ponaman coaching channel, where you are going to get all your tips, advice, feedback on how to cultivate love, whether you're dating, whether you're in a relationship, whether you are married, whether you are getting over heartbreak and toxic relationships. This is the place for you to be. So for today, in the spirit of COVID-19 and quarantine life, we're going to talk about virtual dating. I have so many clients that fell into this belief that due to COVID-19, the dating life has been put on hold temporarily or indefinitely. And that's just not true. In fact, news alert, dating has actually increased dramatically in online platforms because people are craving connection. Now the question remains, are these people temporarily craving this, or is it truly something that they want? And the answer is there's going to be a bit of both. There are people that are simply looking for companionship because they're lonely. And perhaps once this is all over, they might realize they want to go back to the way things were now that life is back in motion. However, there are many people that actually took this time to really dig deep and realize this is the part that's been missing, and this is what they really want and are ready to dive into full speed ahead. So, if you are someone who is craving relationship, serious, committed relationship, and you're dating and you're single, this is for you. We are going to talk about how to get yourself out there during the time of quarantine, what dating will look like, and some guidelines to really set yourself up in a way that's going to attract serious, committed, quality partnerships. All right, so if you are ready to dive in, let's do it. All right, so some guidelines here about virtual dating. What is virtual dating? I mean, we have online dating, right? But it's usually considered as the initial stages, right? We always expect ourselves to get offline as quick as possible and get face-to-face, get some physical connection going. Right? Obviously, right now, we can't quite do the physical touching per se, but we still have physical connection through the virtual platform. So video face-to-face is so crucial right now if you are wanting to continue to date. Online dating is going to be a necessity here. Unless you are someone who's maybe more traditional and more savvy. Other options could include reaching out to friends of yours and putting out some personal feelers that, hey, I'm still looking, do you know of people? And then still continuing to meet through the virtual platform is a great way to avoid the online dating. However, if you are someone who has found yourself struggling to meet people even before quarantine life, maybe you thought that you had your profile spot on with online dating, but you were attracting the wrong kind of person, then chances are this is a sign that we need to do some updates. If you're new to online dating, let's get on there and make sure our stuff is fresh. Have your friends possibly review it for you so you can really get some good feedback to see if this accurately portrays who you are rather than someone you were trying to be in order to hook in that special someone. Also, fun fact, if you update your profile relatively frequently, you have a higher view rating in majority of dating apps, as in your profile will be seen more often. You have a higher likelihood of matching with people when you update. If you're not sure how to do that, or if you struggle with doing that, please check out my website, jennaponamancoaching.com, and you will find my free eDate toolkit, which completely walks you through the whole process, hold your hand on how to fill out that profile, how to create your photos, the whole 9 yards. Check it out, it's free. I'll put the link right down there to make it really easy for you. All right, so dating profiles, that's that. Next thing is that we're just going to get really open with swiping through our people. I invite you to really look at online dating as market research. This is your moment to explore what kind of person works for you, what kind of people are attracted to that profile. If you're finding it's the wrong person, again, make some changes and then see what happens. But the key thing is really making sure that you aren't censoring yourself, not filtering yourself, really putting your best foot forward in the way that you want to be when you're with that special someone. Now, after we have matched with some people or we have set up some dates, let's get to the virtual point as quickly as possible. Have some communication online if you'd like, but you obviously want to filter through quickly to see if these people are truly potential suitors or if they're wasting our time. And here we go, beautiful opportunity to get on virtual dating within the first few moments of being able to recognize that, as opposed to being on a date, realizing it's not the person for you and having to find a way out or sitting through this really uncomfortable date for who knows how long. Here's a really easy, quick process just to do that. You will notice very quickly people that really are committed, or at least open to commitment, they're going to want to make that effort to be on a virtual date with you, communicate with you, get to know you, you get to know them. So there's a lot of give or take, of course, when it comes to the conversation, but in the actual aspect of virtual dating, what do you do, right? We don't have a physical environment where we can distract ourselves and make points of maybe having conversation starters about things, and that's okay. This just means that you have to get a little creative. So some ideas for some of you people that maybe are on your first date or even your second date is I want you to think of your favorite dish, your favorite meal, right? If we're going a little more traditional, favorite meal for a dinner date, and don't tell them what it is, and make your meal if you can. If you have all the ingredients with you, try to make your favorite meal. And then when the first date comes, you get to start this conversation around why it's your favorite meal, what's the story behind your favorite meal, and you get to bond over that. So that's one idea. But the goal is to find some sort of shared activity like you would on any normal face-to-face date, and find ways that you can do that virtually so you can bond with one another, get to know one another, peek into one another's lives in a way that feels fun and feels relatively safe, because now we're in this environment in our own home where we get to actually place that safety net feature there of being a little more comfortable, being more supported. Another piece on some guidelines for virtual dating is to limit your time of how long you are on the date. So typically what happens when you're in your normal dating scene is that you might plan for an hour or 2 hours, maybe to go to dinner or something like that. But if you find the date's going well, people tend to elongate the date. And then it turns into this big 4, 5, 6 hour amazing thing. And then every date after that's kind of a high bar to set because we had this big amazing first date. So here, if you're having a really great conversation, that is amazing. Celebrate that. But leave them wanting more. Leave yourself wanting more. We want to end this date on a high note, not when we simply run out of things to talk about or things to do. So make sure you're really isolating to maybe an hour max. Or if you're just having a conversation, then maybe limit it to something smaller, like 20 to 40 minutes, so that you're just getting the initial feelers for one another, getting that sense of who each of you are, getting an idea if you like one another, and then you have something to build off of for the next time. Last tip of your guidelines for virtual dating is, I cannot emphasize this enough, but it's to have fun. Have fun. That's the whole point of dating, right? It's sure, attraction, intimacy, all that good stuff. But times are a bit serious and a bit heavy right now. And dating doesn't have to be heavy. A lot of people tend to make it really serious and important. But the whole point is to be able to be yourself and to just get to know people and let them get to know you. So can't emphasize this enough. Just have fun. The goal isn't to make it work out with this person on the screen across from you. It's to find someone, anyone, that fits the mold of complementing the phenomenal person that you want to be. So no holding on to expectations or this date has to end in a certain way. But think about how you can maintain your well-being, no matter what, no matter the outcome, just enjoying that interaction. So you can start the date with maybe setting an intention. Maybe my intention is, if maybe a big value for me, for example, is that I'm silly and I like to be silly. And I want a person that's going to appreciate that about me, right? Have that sense of humor. Well, then I'm always going to enter my dates just being light and having fun and being silly. And if that person is into it, awesome, right? Keep going. And if it's not, great. I've just saved myself a lot of time without trying to force this to work with a person that's not going to appreciate my sense of humor. So have an intention. How do you want to envision yourself on dates in your dating life, and see if we can really continue to put that foot forward in a way that we really enjoy our time regardless of the outcome of that date. Guarantee you're going to find some good results from that. All right, so these are some tips. These are some guidelines. Get your online dating profile up and running. Make sure it's sharp. Make sure it's fresh. Again, if you are not sure how to do that, go to JennaPonamanCoaching.com. Look for the toolkit. It's free. Get into those guidelines for your virtual dating. Get creative on your dates. Limit the time and have some flippin' fun. I'm censoring for you guys. And you're good to go. If you have questions, if you have concerns, if you're struggling, you can reach out to me as well through JennaPonamanCoaching.com. And good luck, guys. Take care. Stay safe.